Hey guys, welcome back. This is part 2 of the 3-part video that I started doing yesterday. Yesterday we did how you remove a background from an image. Today we're going to take the image without the background and we're going to put it into another software and we're going to start to build up a thumbnail. You can use it for other ways if you want. If you're not looking to build a thumbnail, it will work for whatever you want to do. So you follow this tutorial and you'll be able to learn how you can manipulate your photograph and build up your own image using the image that you cut out from yesterday. Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. If it is your first time visiting the channel today, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. What we do here is we do affiliate marketing, we do the stock market, and we do different ways you can use to make money online. If that is something that interests you, then subscribe. We've got like 100 videos at the moment, over 100 videos for you to look through and see if there's anything there that's going to help you make some extra money. That's what the channel's all about. We do different ways you can make extra money and all about the motivation and mindset that you need in order to achieve that. We're on our journey. You can follow us. And if you want to know what it is that me and Ryan are doing, then check out the link below in the description and watch the video, and this will go through everything it is that me and Ryan are currently doing. So like I said in the intro, I'm going to go into part 2 of the 3-part tutorial showing you the next free software you can use to work with the image that we removed the background from yesterday. So I'm going to jump into my computer now and I'm going to pull up a software called Gimp. Okay, so many of you may have heard of Gimp, some of you may not. It is a free software. You can just download it off the internet. And when you first open Gimp up, you will get a blank page like this. For thumbnails, what you need to do is you need to go to File and you need to go to New. And a thumbnail for YouTube is 1280 by 720. So we're just going to type that in there and then that's going to give us the right size background to work with. Okay, so that gives us our plain background to start with. Now I don't actually use this per se. This is more of a template for the size for me. So the next thing I'll do is I'll go down here in the right hand corner where it says background and I'll right click and I'll just go to new layer and then it'll open up another box. I like to give myself a little bit of leeway, if you like, around the edge of my border, because I'll show you in a moment, but sometimes when you're working on your thumbnail you'll grab your background and you'll move it, and if your background is exactly the same size as your template, if it's the same 1280 for 720, when you move it you end up with border, like it doesn't sit right. I can't explain it. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to hit OK. So as you can see here, oh hold on, I didn't change the size of it, I was too busy rambling. So I'm changing it to 1300 and then I'm changing it to 740 scale. So you can see now that the layer I'm going to work with is slightly bigger than the layer underneath. So if I grab it and move it by accident, I can just pull it back and I've got room around the outside to play with, and I'm not going to be left with a gap down one side. So if you don't realise you've moved it and then you do some work, the only way to move it back would be to manually try and move it and make sure you get it right, which it's just a pain in the backside. So I do that and I would recommend you do it too. It's just easier, and if you do mess up you can see where your border is. So the next thing that we're going to do, or that I do, is I fill my background. So I choose a colour, and for this we're going to go with green, and on the back side we're going to go with let's go with a yellow. Okay. And then I choose the fill tool here and I just hit fill there. And it's going to fill with me and for me a nice green colour. Now, I don't like the solid green on its own, and this is where the yellow comes in on the background, and I hit the gradient tool and I just drop it here, drag it along, and I have a gradient. Or should have a gradient. Oh, I've got it on opacity, so I don't want that down at 9. I want that all the way up at 100. So you can see there I now have a gradient of my colour going from green to yellow. So what I'm going to do now, I've got my background in, I'm going to bring in the image that we cropped the background out of yesterday. So if I go here and I go to open as a layer, and I'm going to find where it is. Thumbnail, and I called it remove background video. PNG. So this one here, just check, yep. So I'm going to open that, and that's going to drop in like that. So all we're going to do now is we're going to position it where we want it. We can change the size of it if we want. If we want to do that, we just scale it. So we go right click on that layer, we go to scale layer, and we're going to take it up to say 18, like that. That's fine. Alright, so then I'm now going to just position it down in this bottom corner, but now I want to put a white border around it. So what you do is you go here, you go alpha to selection, then you can see that you've got your outline around your person, and then we're going to go to select, and we're going to go to grow, and we're going to grow by 8. That's the number I like to use. You can use whatever suits you best. Then we're going to go right click in this box, we're going to open a new layer and click OK, and we're going to move the fart layer underneath that layer there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to grab our fill tool, we're going to change this to white. OK, so we click in there to change that, and we've got our fill tool here, and I'm just going to click there, and it drops in a nice white outline for you. Now it fills on the layer below, so don't forget to add in that extra layer. And that's pretty much it. So if you put yesterday's together, it took us about 5 seconds to crop this image out of the background and discard the background. And then when we get into Gimp, it takes us another probably 2 or 3 minutes to get the background in and put the layers together and put the outline around your person. So it is really, really quick. So if you just like to whiz through your thumbnails, this is a really, really simple way to get some good contrasting colours together, remove the background that you don't want, and put yourself on a plain background that you can then build up with other things, words, maybe some symbols, maybe you can put in YouTube stickers, things like that. But so basically for this tutorial, that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to show you how to take the image that we'd cropped yesterday, and I wanted to show you how to put it into Gimp, and then how to put a white outline around the image. And that is what we've done. Really didn't take us long. Looks pretty good. And it's all cost absolutely nothing. Both of these softwares are free to download. Gimp, and I'll put a link in the description for Gimp if you want to download that. And if you've got Windows, you should have Paint built in. If you don't, you can download it free from the Microsoft Store. And that's it. So I'm going to go in a little bit more detail tomorrow, and we're going to build up the rest of the thumbnail. We're going to put in some writing and maybe put some stickers or different images on there, just to kind of give it a little bit more, so it's not so plain, basically. But in all, a thumbnail like this is going to take you around 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then you're away to go. So hopefully this has helped you if you've been trying to figure out how to remove a background and then put an outline through it without tediously drawing your lines. And it's given you another way that you could possibly use to do your thumbnails. I'm hoping that there's some good value in this video for you. If there is, please give me a like, really appreciate it. And like I said before, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. And hit that notification bell too, because then we will get notified of all future videos that we do release. The next part to this video is going to come tomorrow, so look out for that. I'm going to put a link to part 1 in this description too. And so for this tutorial, or this stage of the tutorial, that is all for now. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.